Oh, we're live.
Now everybody knows.
Where's Honda?
He's lurking in the shadows. Honda's late to his own chat. It's scheduled and just kicked off.
Just went live. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at Gay Frog Chat.
This is the Honda Gay Frog Chat, number 5,467. 5,000 plus Gay Frog Chats. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I drive motorcycles, and my name's E Honda, and I really, really like motorcycles. How am I doing?
Why is it not playing on the YouTube side?
Oh, no. It's a trap.
Right, it's saying it's live here, but I'm looking at the YouTube player.
That's weird.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep.
The YouTube side. Honda's in the comments. Says he wants to see what we do.
He wants to see how this goes. Oh, let's get him banned.
Good evening, Mark Malone, Randy Butternubs. Hey,
Mark
Anthony
Malone.
Roberts.
We're going to invite you to the
Eduardo
chat.
Espinoza.
Tell us about all the Jews.
None of you business was the first one in, like 2 hours ago.
Mark Malone, give me something to say live on air.
This is the Honda
All
chat
right,
where-
fine. Fuck it. I thought you guys would be more entertaining than that. You bastards.
I thought we were doing it well.
We were trying.
Right. I was waiting for Mark Malone to give me something to say.
Yeah, I was about to do the revolver chat, say all you need is 5 shots.
Like, I was about to hit the button, and then you started telling a story about something that happened.
No.
I was going to
Yeah,
bring that
Like,
right.
oh, you can't press that button yet. And then I was glad you noticed it when I... Like, if you started talking again, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to jump in.
Nothing happened other than I'm sick right now. Ugh.
Sick
You
of
love
being in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's
Mark Malone says that the juice ran the African slave trade.
Thank you, Malone. Always hitting us with the zinger.
I don't know what fruit juice has to do with Africa, but isn't that where kumquats are from?
Kumquat. A kumquat.
It was a kumquat.
It's a quat that has cum on it.
Quad full of cum.
Yep. See, look,
Quat-
this is a great
it's
gay
quat
chat.
worth of cum. We're
So-
2 minutes and 35 seconds in. We're already demonetized.
It's only the first 90 seconds. You'll be fine.
And banned.
Wonder
I
why
did.
I'm never
I
getting
watched your
support.
motorcycle chat today.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I was actually depressed that you didn't see more migrants. But here's the real problem: is where did they all scurry off to?
Yeah, they're somewhere. Certainly, on the way back, I was at an intersection, and there were a bunch of them at the intersection washing windshields,
Oh no.
because that's what they do now. Like, there's certain intersections you just don't drive through anymore, I guess, and I found one of them. But yeah, the place was all shut down, boarded up, nothing there, nothing to see. I ran into, I don't know if you saw the part where I talked to the electrical dude.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy from the electrical company, and I was like, hey, you're from the electrical company. What do you know about this place? And I kind of like talked to him. I don't know what you guys could hear him saying, but I kind of gave a little synopsis, a little rundown.
I think I heard him say something about it was turning the frickin' frogs gay. And then a pretty cool musical montage afterwards.
Yeah, that's not what he said at all.
I know.
But yeah.
Where did that wizard find the Spaz 12?
Bro, okay. If you went back in time somehow, you found a time machine, and you went back to
I love them.
like fucking, I don't know, over 12,000 years ago when the Ice Age was going on and whatever fucking civilizations or whatever was there before time fucking got all crazy and there's still woolly mammoths and shit, you know? And you had an AK, or you had a Spas 12, or you had a Glock, you'd be the king, bro. You'd
You
be
are the
Conan.
wizard.
I get all the bitches.
All the cave bitches would be at your beck and call.
You'd have to teach him how to manscape quick.
Even the Neanderthal bitches.
Yuck. Have some class, man.
Hey, they're strong.
I think it's a step up from the Chicago bitches.
Oh, yeah. That's
Hey, don't talk about bitching now. That's one thing I don't. One thing I don't mess with is Chicago bitches.
Right? There's a reason for it.
Yeah,
You'd rather fuck Neanderthals than.
God.
Ooh.
Sorry, ladies of Chicago.
you're trying to get me killed out of here.
Ohio's like, there's
shout
a
out
pulse,
to all the
there's a
big
way.
women of Chicago.
So what did your neighbors say when you put the skylight in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Lucky they all moved to Colorado, so Honda got to deal with them now.
That sucks.
Yeah, there's a
Well,
lot of big women in Colorado now, but they're not from Colorado. They're just of Colorado.
When the new tenants move in, are they going to watch you masturbate or?
Yes, they will.
So Honda, what's going on your?
Excellent cover.
All right.
So yeah, what's going on with you guys, dude? How you guys doing today? Lawfully armed? How are you, man?
I'm better now.
You were
It was
worse?
a long day.
What happened?
I
His
was
penis got caught.
shorthanded at work. Biden's awesome economy has really caused a downturn in the gun market.
Yeah.
Short-term solution was reduce the number of people you had to pay. So.
Right, and then if you do get busy, you don't have anybody to cover it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, similar things going on my end for sure. Tactical Muffin Top, how you doing, man?
Well, better than that, but we are having a parts issue, and I am under the impression that China is straight not sending us anything anymore, which is a really big problem because we have almost $19 million out on parts that we don't have, and we have shit that we build for the military that they're not going to have. So yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's really bad, actually.
There's a couple of things that I got on my mind that are kind of along those lines, but we'll get to that in a minute. Dookie baby.
Duke baby.
It's been years, Duke.
What's up, homies? You all right?
We had a Duke from left field join the chat. Doing all right, man. How are you doing? Everything good?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here. Did a little chat earlier, hanging out with the homies. Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
Well, fucking love you, man. I'm glad that you got time to hang out tonight.
Thanks, homies.
I can't believe you're still awake, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
We are joined by the Patriot of Ohio. How do you do, good sir?
Oh, I could be better. 3 weeks from Thursday, they're selling the house. So I basically have 3 weeks to live in this place right now and find someplace else to live now.
You can do it, Ohio.
I'm looking at apartments right now, so. I also heard, apparently, I guess there's some dude in Michigan. They're calling him the Eastgate Killer. He kind of looks like Fred Flintstone a little bit.
Oh, wait, where is he at?
Duke.
Wait, what do you say?
We found where you're at.
There's a Fred Flintstone killer, apparently.
Oh, yes.
Oh, baby.
That's why somebody asked me if I was a
Fucking
serial
Duke.
killer. That's funny. That's super funny. Yeah, no, I'm just a normal dude. I promise.
That's exactly what a Fred Flintstone serial killer would say.
Dude, did you figure out who the dude was texting you?
That's an off-air thing.
No, it freaked me out, though. But no.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man.
All right, Leo, what's up, dog?
Hey, I worked on my day off today, and now I'm sick.
Good job.
Yay.
Did you catch the monkeypox?
I hope so. That's what I'm looking forward for.
Yo, that monkeypox look real wild.
Not
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I've been told by people if that actually comes to your area, it's not to be fucked with. It's a bad thing.
Well,
It's a side
I think
effect.
it's funny that they were like, "Oh, we've got this disease. It's called monkeypox," and everyone was like, "That's racist, right?" It's like you think monkeypox is racist, right?
Mm.
So that means you think black people look like monkeys? Is that what you think?
Well, I know they like bananas, so. Leo, can you confirm?
No.
That's good.
Prairie Pride Vienna sausage.
Dude, those are so good. I got some more, by the way.
I told you.
I like to call them yellow tree dicks.
I call them kid dicks.
Yeah. I know my sausages.
They come from a tree and they're yellow and they're shaped like a dick. So it's a yellow tree dick.
They have a kid on the can. Kid dick.
Y'all are talking about two different things.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I was talking about bananas. What are you talking about?
I was talking about Vienna sausages.
So back to monkeypox. If your area does have an outbreak, stay out of the gym because they say that it can stay on contact with surfaces for some extended period of time. People don't wipe down their gym equipment.
Yep.
Oh, you're supposed to wipe your gym equipment down after you use it? I wipe it down before I use it.
Yeah, people are gross.
Before and after.
Yeah.
I don't do the after. Fuck it, dude. I already wiped it down.
Ew.
If you want monkeypox, you can not wipe it down for yourself. That's fine. Like if I see someone wipe it down and I'm next, and like I see them wipe it down, then I'm okay. I don't need to wipe it down.
They didn't wipe. Yeah.
But if like
I don't
know, man, it's like a question mark. How long has it been since someone was here? I'm definitely putting some spray on that bitch. Anyway, we got some stories and stuff to go over tonight. And Pat Riot's here too. What's up, Pat Riot?
Not a whole lot.
Apparently, this is what I missed in Aurora, Colorado. This was from the night before I was there in an undisclosed location. Honestly, this looks like the Hills Mall in the nice part of town, which is not good.
There's your problem. You went in the daytime. They were all sleeping.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
this is what people do now is they just get into big areas and like parking lots and just party because you don't want to go to the club and waste money. You can just get a bunch of booze and just all go hang out in the parking lots.
Yep, they did it where I live.
Yeah.
I
take
got
over
pictures
Wild
of
Out.
it. Yep, I got pictures of it too. And it looks the apartments the same way.
Yeah.
Trash, man. Fucking people are trash like that.
Well, this is the Venezuelans who did it. The same ones who took over the fucking. I keep wanting to call it a hotel, the apartment complex that I went to today. They're the same ones who supposedly, allegedly, have been robbing the gun stores around town. And they're supposedly, allegedly, the prison population of Venezuela that got released and shuffled across the border into the United States, and a lot of them ended up in Denver, in Aurora. And I've been saying this shit for a long time, and everyone's like, you're crazy, you're racist, you're blah, blah, blah. Fill in the pejorative. Fill in the fucking blank about what kind of personal attack you can throw on me because I'm making an argument that's antithetical to what it is that you want to, present yourself as being morally superior about, right? And, like, that's just the way it goes right now. It's this, like, look at me for how moral and how just I am for allowing people to come into our country, even though it doesn't cost me anything, at least not right now. I guess some indiscriminate fucking day in the future, that rooster will come home. The chickens will come home to roost, as it were. But yeah, man, things are going crazy in Denver. I guess I didn't see any of it today. Besides, I mean, the fact that a 99 fucking unit apartment complex is now empty. Which is pretty huge, dude. Like, that's a lot of housing off of the market in a time when housing is kind of at a premium already. You know, you take a fucking 100 units off the market. That's not good. That's no bueno.
Coming to a city near you.
Not near me.
You say that now, but they all got to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
Here's
hang out with all my corn.
Kamala Harris's first-time home buyers coming in. Have you guys heard about this?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
No, but if they get a house before me, that'll be disappointing.
So if it's in California, they're talking about doing this, where if you are an illegal immigrant and you live in California, they will give you, what's the number of amount of money that they give? Is it $25,000 down?
Yes, 25,000 to assist in a home buying loan.
It's
So they
more
give
than
you
that.
25 G's to help you buy a house, and then apparently they're giving them 0% interest loans on top of it.
Criminal.
Absolutely criminal.
So my idea is to take me and my two sons, Juan and Jesus, down across the border, and we will migrate across back into California, where the three of us can combine our $25,000 down and put $75,000 towards a house and start making 0% interest payments on it for like a year or two, and then we'll sell it and move away.
Good job, Eduardo 420.
Eduardo. See. I don't know, bro. If that's the way it is, man. Like, I'm 42 years old. I've lived in this country my whole fucking life. I've worked since I was 16. I've never not had a job. I've supported myself and never needed assistance from the government. I've fucking taken care of my kids and not needed assistance from the government. And I don't own a house. I have nothing to show for it. All I've done is tread water this whole time. You know? While the system just rolls over our fucking bodies. Like, who fucking cares, bro?
You will own nothing and you will be happy. That's exactly what they want. Permanent serfdom.
Yep. There's actual value in owning property and things. They don't want you to have any.
They want you to work the land but not own it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You're
where
gonna rent.
did that go?
You're going to rent everything.
Duke probably passed out.
Poor
That's right.
dude.
He can be here in spirit.
Yep.
And this is what pisses me off even more so, because the place I'm in right now, that was my family ancestral home, has been in my family almost a century.
So don't sell.
Yeah. Go work.
It's more
Get
complicated
roommates.
than that.
Get
Yeah,
roommates. Do whatever you got to do.
Blow hookers.
It's out of his hands. It's sold already.
Yeah, the problem is
Yeah.
it's already too late. My cunt of a sister is the fucking executor of the goddamn estate, because my mom's a fucking idiot. Who left it to her instead of me. And yeah, I'm basically getting fucked on several different fronts on that one. So
Move in with a
Sell
brunette
blow
and a
hookers.
blonde.
So do what the migrants are doing and look up your squatter laws and squat in the fucking
Okay.
house.
I am about 7.5 years too late right now. Because you have to be here 21 consecutive years. And because I went down to Columbus back in 2009, I'm not here for 21 consecutive years yet.
Nah, I mean, like,
Can they
come up
prove
with
that?
a fake lease agreement and tell the cops you ain't leaving. You could be there for years.
Gun Library Garrett says, I might need to adopt 30 kids, cross the border with you, and cash out with a house, LOL. You can sell the kids when you get back to California, too, honestly, the way things are going.
I'm sure there's
Well-
fine print that protects the state in those examples.
Apparently, California passed a law now where you can actually sell children and get only 2 days in the county jail.
That's fucked.
Dino says, move to an affordable part of the country. That's becoming less and less. And by the way, Dino
Exactly.
sent me an entire fucking motorcycle like repair kit with all the tools and all the stuff to do whatever roadside repair you could possibly want to do. And they're like, the tools are high quality and they're like packable and they're like this roll up fucking thing. Super cool, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't
Dino's
ask
a
for
really
it.
good dude.
Didn't ask for it, but I appreciate it. That's fucking really cool of you, dude. Thank you.
And that's another thing, too. It's a lot of people that live out of the state of Ohio are now buying property in the state of Ohio, jacking up the rent prices by about $300 to $400 a piece or more.
Well, it's more than that. It's like it's the big corporations that are like, well, we need to
Yeah.
get our money into something that's tangible, that's going to hold its value. So they're all putting money into real estate. rental properties and
Yep.
like residential rental properties at that.
And agricultural.
Doing nothing to
When
fix them up
big
either,
rich
doesn't matter.
lawyers around here need to park their money so they don't get taxed out the ass, they buy giant swaths of land for 6 years and then sell them later for like double what they paid, and then nobody can ever afford it again.
I just talked to my best friend over the weekend. His mortgage has gone up $1,100 in the past 2 years. So
Yeah.
where's this affordable place that we can all move to?
I don't know, dude. My taxes went up 26 G's. Fucking in
That's
2
another
years.
thing too. They redid our property tax now, and they're telling us what the new home value is, but they're not actually telling us how much property tax is going up by.
Well, that's appraisal value. They actually have to check it out on site.
That's how they get you, though. They're like, okay, you were in your house for 100 years, huh? Okay, well, this house, according to us, because of the land that it's in and the location that it's at, is now worth $12 million, and you have to pay 4% tax on that. So you owe us, like fucking like $500,000 this year.
Yep.
Or you could sell it, and now it's not yours anymore. That's how they get you, bro.
And then you still have to pay taxes on what you sold it for.
BlackRock would like to make you an offer, sir.
Yeah, that is another thing. Is there's Chinese corporations that are using real estate people like that to purchase, land here.
We need to make it illegal for corporations, like, I don't know, like a maximum number of properties that a corporation can own or whatever, an entity can own. But then they'll just find loopholes around that. They'll just make like a little million sub-entities that each own the 10 property limit or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The best way to do it is to land share. So, like, if you and your sons were going to go buy a piece of property and you had 3 small houses and, like, maybe a camper if you wanted to go on vacation, whatever, and then when you die, just saying eventually it's going to happen, then one of their kids moves into your house and you just keep it like that.
Well,
That's
we do
the
have
only way.
in the family 7 acres of land up in Deckers, which is only an hour away from Denver, but it's kind of up in the foothills. The only problem is, like, during the winter, the roads up there are pretty fucking bad, because like you're in the foothills and it's dirt, winding, steep roads through the foothills and shit that don't get plowed like regularly. For certain, do not get plowed regularly. So
Right.
that's the only problem. Is like during the winter, you're kind of stuck up there potentially. Anyway,
Get a call center job from home. You'll make it.
yeah, just get
There's
like
some-
3 months worth of food and beans and rice, and then stay in my fucking hut doing call center work, fucking 12 hours a day during the.
Yeah, fuck, why not, man? You'd make it.
Come out rich on the end of the 3 months. You get all this fucking back pay.
Right.
Just put you
But
a
again,
camper
like
up
there's
there.
not electricity up there. There's not running water up there. So you're basically homesteading,
Yep.
So how do you get electricity? Well, you got to fucking figure that out. How do I get internet? Oh, I got to figure that out. How do I get water? Oh, I got to, like, every little last bit of it you have to figure out. There's nothing that's done for you. And none of that's cheap. Not a single piece of that is cheap when it's not on the fucking grid and you can just plug in. You got to fucking do that shit from scratch. You're buying batteries and charging systems and computer stuff to control it and fucking weird plug-in stuff with timers and fucking solar panels and wind generators and fucking, yeah, dude.
Wells and yeah,
Take you a camper up there, and then
put a building over it.
yeah, propane or something. Big diesel tank. Get one that runs off diesel. Big diesel tank. Run that for your electric.
Yeah, because I just have the money to just buy that. That's...
No, but you
We're-
and your boys.
we're
and
dreaming out
your
loud.
Family. Yeah. This is like what it takes. It would take like 10 people working full time and sell every fucking thing they didn't need to turn around and do this. But at the end of it, then your kids would have it all forever, and their kids would have it all forever. As long as everybody could get along with each other, nobody got greedy and realized this is what you were doing. Hey, this is preserving like a place for you to tell the government to go fuck themselves so you can actually exist.
At least
Until one day the government
property
comes
taxes- Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say, "Oh, that's a
Property
nice,
taxes.
nice bunch of houses you got here. Let's appraise these, and then you have to pay taxes on them. Oh, looks like they're worth $7 million for some reason because we say so. And now you have to pay us 4% tax on $7 million. Pay up or you have to sell it.
Yeah.
To BlackRock.
And then you got to hop in your bunker, and then when the new people come in, then you just dress up as Sasquatches and rape them to death.
Jesus,
That'll
that's a
teach
good
them.
turn.
That'll fucking teach them.
Damn. I
Mess with
come
you,
here and you
Honda.
talking about, taking a
Sasquatch
bad
rape?
people.
Never thought that was going down on this.
That
chat, did
escalated
you?
quickly.
Let the record
I
show
like
that
that.
Muffin Top has an evil side because he threw a fit when I suggested I would eat somebody that had already passed.
Yeah, what the hell, you Donner bastard?
Yeah, you're supposed to eat them alive.
Yeah, pay attention.
Yeah.
I meant like they were already gone. I'm going to eat these calories.
Yeah,
He's over
well,
here
I was
talking
mad
about
because you thought you were going to get
grazing
it.
people to
I
keep
was
property.
gonna eat it.
That's just like eating roadkill.
Yeah, I do that. It's fine. I'm still alive. I'm not raped.
Just remember those that soccer team that got stranded in the Alps or whatever it was. They had to eat those guys without any fire, so they were basically eating sushi.
Yeah.
Oof.
And it was butt cheek first.
Long pork popsicles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or what's the Northwest Passage expedition thing where they
Donner
all
Party.
died and all ended up cannibalizing each other towards the end?
The Donner.
When they
Party.
Yeah, the Donner Party.
No, not the Donner Party. It was the Northwest Passage. It's where like they sail by ocean and try to get across Canada by a northern passage instead of having to go all the way around South America was the idea. And you save a bunch of money in shipping. And they sent out like 3 ships or something, and they all got, it was 2 ships. They all got both the ships got stuck, and then everyone like went out on the ice and then got lost, and then a year went by and no one heard from them, and they sent out an expedition eventually to try to find them, and that's one of the boats that went to go try to find them was the Resolute, and the Resolute sank. And then years later, they found the Resolute and they fucking brought it back up and they turned it into the fucking Oval Office desk as a present to the United States.
It was
Yeah, that's
Franklin's Lost Expedition.
the Franklin Expedition. Thank you. That's the name of it. Look it up. That's a fucking crazy story, dude. It's really like almost modern times, but not quite. Where like man thought that they had like the whole world conquered and they could do whatever they wanted. So they like, sent off full steam into the unknown, and everyone died and ate each other, bro. Like,
Shit.
imagine being semi-conscious, fetus floating in oblivion when a needle comes out of nowhere and headshots you for the insta-kill because your mother would rather make PowerPoints for $60,000 a year than raise you.
That's fucked.
She'd rather take Instagram photos and go out with her hoe friends and drink at bars and take pictures of their mini dresses.
Yep.
Just
For
saw a
like
video
on
this.
Instagram.
Just saw a video this past day. It's one of those 3D images of a baby in the womb, and the dad starts singing to it, and it smiles. Yeah, like people need to see that.
There's other videos going around from InfoWars of them actually showing how abortions are performed with them ripping the kids apart limb by limb. It's fucking disgusting. It's pure demonic evil.
It's population control, and we're doing it willingly, which is disgusting.
Well, I was gonna say I give you one better because most of the women I've seen have ever dealt with already sterilized themselves before they even get to start doing abortion shit.
That's all brainwashing. That's all it is. It's all brainwashing because they can. I mean, maybe that's not all it is, but that's a big portion of it. Because, like, look at the country in the world that has the highest birth rate. Do you guys know what it is?
India.
Probably Africa.
India. Oh yeah.
India.
It is in Asia, but it's not India.
China. Yeah.
It's Mongolia. Mongolia has the highest birth rate of any country in the world right now. Why is that? Is it because the Mongolians just like to pho? See what I did there?
The Mongolians.
No, the pho. Never mind.
Oh, the pho.
I got it.
Anyway. Yeah, it's because the government has basically said, hey, if you have 4 kids, the president of the country is going to come by your house and personally give you an award for having 4 kids. If you have 6 kids, it's like this, like the more kids, the better, right? Like they have like this tier system of like getting stuff and not paying taxes and getting benefits and like getting recognition for being a mother and getting posters and stuff about you and stuff like that because you have lots of kids. So they're making it within the culture very high value for a woman to be a mother. And the more kids that she has, the better. The more stable her family life is, the better. And that's what they're promoting. And that's what they're getting. What are they promoting in our country?
Single motherhood.
Chopping the kid's penis off.
Sterilization any way possible.
Puberty blockers.
Short answer, doing fuck shit.
And there might be some kind of environmental fucking part to this, and I think there probably is, you know, like with all these forever chemicals and endocrine disruptors and all the other bullshit that physiologically human beings are having to deal with for the first time in history. Like literally.
Well, okay, I'll give you like one example. And some starting to take that more light. I'm sorry, but most women are like, "Oh, I want to be on birth control." That shit ain't fucking good for you.
No.
It's not good for any of us because they pee in the fucking toilet, and that pee toilet water goes the fucking the plant, and the plant fucking purifies it or whatever. But they're not taking out the chemicals and the hormones because that costs too much. All they do is treat it for fucking nitrogen and like contaminants that grow bacteria, you know. And then once it doesn't grow bacteria anymore because there's no nutrients left in it, they filter it and call it pure. But there's all kinds of shit that's still in the water. And they send it downstream, and then the place downstream gets that water. And then they fucking do their shit to it and put it in the pipes, and you drink it.
Yep.
Shoot. One of the ladies I know, well, she does my hair and stuff, but she works in like one of those water, treatment plants up in LA. Yeah, they be finding dead bodies and all types of shit in those places.
You're drinking dead body juice.
It's like Cabin in the Woods. Or not Cabin in the Woods. Cabin Fever.
Former Littleton bus aide pleads guilty to assaulting disabled children. That's nice. It's in my area. They must be joking at this point. Trump build the wall. Harris. The wall is race. Build the wall.
Yeah, she said she wants to build the wall now.
Well, why the fuck hasn't she? They've had 4 fucking years in office.
She's just saying whatever Trump says to get more votes, baby.
Surprised she hasn't done a reverse course on the gun ban stuff, too. Like, I'm not coming after your guns now. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, she already copied him on the no tax for tips thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, that's the
policy
biggest.
he has. She's copying it.
Which means, in a way, no matter who wins, I win. In a way, anyway.
They're just lying, though.
Yeah, does that actually happen? I don't know.
Biggest thing they
They're
want
just
to
blowing
touch.
smoke right up your ass at that point.
Well, I mean, that's all the fucking Democrats do, and I feel like Trump actually tries to do what he says that he's trying to do. Is he actually trying to do it? I think so. I think he is. Does he mean what he says? Most likely, it seems that way. I'm not in his head. I can't say for 100% certain, but it seemed, and that was like the fear back when he first got into office was like, is bro going to be like a fucking, like Obama, right? When Obama ran and it was like hope and change and everybody was like flags and everything and everyone was so hopeful that the country was going to be great. And then as soon as he got in office, this guy who was like anti-war and pro fucking freedom and all this other stuff went pro-war and anti-freedom in every fucking way.
Yep.
And then Trump gets in there and he's like, hey, I'm going to stop wars and I'm going to fucking make things better for the average American and, you know, your paycheck and everything. And then he gets in office and all of those things happen. And some. I mean, there was like a little bit of shit that he did that I wasn't like happy about. But overall, man, Trump did what he fucking said he was going to do. Trump fucking came through with every promise that he either tried as hard as he could to make it happen or he made it happen. It was one of the two. There was no third option. There was no like, oh, we just didn't even try about that. I mean, they got the Abraham Accords. He walked across fucking the DMZ and to North Korea. He's the first president to ever do that. Gets no recognition. Obama gets the fucking Peace Prize. He killed more kids than fucking Mesoskopheles.
Well, that's the thing I was going to bring up. You got to think about the average person. The average person ain't following all that shit, what's going on, or let alone what the news tells them.
Oh shit! Daniel's doing the fucking thing where he's like, "Read what I put in the chat, bitch," and then putting something else in the chat.
Love it.
She also started saying "Make America Great Again" at her rally. Did she really say that?
You fucking it up for
Good
almost
again.
bitch.
Make America good again.
Well, that's MAGA too.
Does it make you feel any more optimistic now that Kennedy has dropped out and endorsed Trump?
He hasn't dropped out. He only dropped out in 10 battleground states, so he can still rob votes from the Democrats in the other states, which I think is extremely
Yeah, he
smart.
dipped out in the red states.
I said before that I liked Kennedy, and everyone was like, "Fuck you, Honda, blah blah blah, Kennedy, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Whatever, dude. I fucking like him."
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. I think he's actually.
I was more
pretty good.
cautious about him because you don't really know much of his background and what was his, stance on certain things. And I thought he had no chance of winning anyway, which that part is true.
Well, the thing is, you know his
Yeah,
entire
high
background,
taxes.
bro. You know his background has been in the public view in one way, shape, or form since he was fucking like a teenager when they shot his fucking dad and he went with him to the hospital on national TV, bro.
Okay,
Like-
let me clarify. I didn't mean like that kind of background. I meant more on his policies.
And his policies have been well known too because he's been anti-pharma, anti-big ag, anti-fucking like all of these chemical companies and stuff, and like ways that cell phone companies like he's helped sue cell phone companies for like creating brain cancer in people and stuff like that, dude. Like successfully.
I wouldn't mind him being part of Trump's medical cabinet. He's pretty well versed in that stuff. He's a pretty smart dude.
And so basically, him joining the fucking Trump parade has given the Trump parade the anti-vax, anti-fucking big pharma, anti-big ag, anti-chemical, anti-fucking all of these stupid environmental things that they do that they hide and they say that they're good when they're really not good. You know, all of those things, they're going to hold them to account if you vote for Trump now because Kennedy's part of Trump's team. And that's what Kennedy brought to the table that people were so excited about was they're going to start talking about the autism rates and they're going to start talking about the environmental toxins that are in water that no one talks about, you know?
Well, I'm curious from like that news for like for all y'all. Since he dropped out of the race, he was endorsing Trump. Have you ever heard anybody like any average person on the street talked about it or what their opinion on it? Because besides Tim Pool, I heard him saying something. I've heard much people pay attention or nor care or pay attention about this.
Well, you live in the butthole of California, so
Not just that. I'm like,
Isn't it all butthole?
online, and like nobody's not really following.
no, we know where you live. You live in the butthole of like if California had a butthole, where would it be?
Your sphincter would be right over your house.
No, I'm serious. If California had a butthole, where would the butthole be? You know where it's
Area?
at. You know where it is.
San Francisco.
Ooh, maybe.
That's
Maybe.
the skid mark.
And not just for the obvious reason.
Well, one of them's the pink and one of them's the stink. I know that.
I was going to say, isn't most of California the gooch?
The good old taint blaster.
Well,
Anyway.
that's what I'm asking. Did anybody you talked about this?
Yes,
What they've been saying?
that they like Kennedy. I mean, I haven't talked to
No, they
anybody
don't.
since he joined Trump or anything. Not like
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
my
about
liberal friends or whatever, but of my
Yeah, that's what I'm
friends who were apolitical or of my friends who were left leaning. They all like Kennedy. And so for Kennedy to be like, I endorse Trump because the fucking Democrats are so corrupt and Trump's not, and I would rather be with the guy who's not corrupt that I disagree with on policies, on a few policies, than I would to bow the knee to this corrupt fucking fascism that's trying to take over, which is basically what he said.
Yeah. I know way too many people more on the fucking progressive side. They probably just go,
And
they don't back
well,
the
here's
left
the other
forever.
thing, dude. For Kennedy to fucking go, and he's not just endorsing him. He's not just saying like, yeah, Trump's a good guy. I'm dropping out, and you should vote for Trump, which is what people normally do when they endorse someone. They're like, okay, Kamala Harris, I'm no longer going, but I endorse Joe Biden for president, like she did in fucking 2020, right? Like that's what happened.
Mhm.
Well, Kennedy is going along with him on the campaign trail, so he's campaigning with him. He's not just endorsing him; he's campaigning with him, and he's going to be picked to be part of the cabinet, preferably, like we were saying, somewhere in like the EPA, like head of EPA or something like that, where he's actually going to have the power to affect change, which again is an argument for, like, if you were tacitly a Kennedy supporter, a vote for Trump is a vote for Kennedy now, because a lot of the things that Kennedy would have done as president, he's going to be able to do as head of the EPA.
Oh yeah, it's a very good power move. And I've said that plenty of times. Like, oh, since he did that, that's going to be a big, huge hit to some people on the left.
And then Kamala Harris jumped in. I mean, not Kamala Harris. Tulsi Gabbard. Also, I don't think that did as much, though, honestly.
No.
Yeah, didn't.
But
the thing is, too, if Trump wanted to make Kennedy Secretary of something, he could always go Health and Human Services.
What?
The Secretary of Health and Human Services. He can make RFK Jr. the Secretary of that if he wanted to.
The real poetic justice, not an original thought, but the real poetic justice would be to make him director of the CIA, let him seal all those files.
Yeah, I was saying that.
Whacking his dad and his uncle. And
well, you remember the CNN them fucking censored his speech. We was talking
I was
about
actually thinking about HUD, the Housing and Urban Development Secretary, because that should really be two different secretary positions, honestly. You should have one for housing, one for urban development. And for the urban development side, I wouldn't mind seeing Ice Cube.
You know what's really telling, though? It's that there are several, and I couldn't name names. I don't know them. I just know of them. I know of the reports of them. FBI, CIA, intelligence agency folks who have stated publicly that if Trump gets reelected, that they are leaving the country. Why do you think that is?
Because they are going to get outed.
Is it because Trump is going to be a fascist and they're just afraid of fascism and they're going to leave the country before fascism takes hold? Is that what it is?
No, it's because they know they're going to get rooted out as deep staters.
Yep.
More than that. Or is it the fact that these motherfuckers have broke the law in so many ways that if the day ever is to come where a president gets into power and decides to hold them to account, that they're not just ousted from office, they're not just fired from their job, they are put into prison and the key is thrown away and their family's fucking future is destroyed and everything that they care about is gone. It's life and death. That's what it is. For them,
exactly what they've been doing to everyone else. Happens to them.
See, I think we'll get a good portion of them, but I know a lot of them. I think there's good enough of them that'll be smart enough to know they're gonna fucking flee and you ain't gonna hear from them.
There's only so much he can do as president too. If we don't have if we have a divided Congress, they'll just stonewall him like they did the second 2 years of his first term.
Next question, though.
You just got to put somebody in the DOJ that can go after and prosecute. That has nothing to do with Congress. DOJ.
That's true on that front.
So my next question is, if that's the case, right? You've got this group of dudes who have broke the law, who are working for the intelligence agencies, who if Trump gets into office, they're going to fucking leave the country because they're afraid of being prosecuted for the crimes that they've committed while in office, while they were in a position of power, rather, right? What ends would be too far for them to go to in order to keep Trump out of office and stay in power?
None.
Butler, PA.
We will have an A attempt, or we will have T attempts, or we will have something that will put us into martial law, either World War III or pandemic. They're not going to let it happen.
There's going to be multiple black swans.
There's going to be way too many people on that list that you're talking about, and they're all going to
So
stretch
are you a
whatever.
T man or an A man?
Any of them. Yeah, it could be a conjunction of all. They've already set it up. They've already said the FBI, the Chinese were already in our water grid and our power grid and everything else like that, and they were just going to make it so you couldn't fucking drink water. It's going to turn down water. They can turn down fucking sewage plants, so sewage backs up. Everybody's properties are fucking destroyed. You can't live in them. Fucking, you can't drink your fucking water. How many people have 2 or 3 months worth of water? Water's heavy as fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala adopting Trump policy is 100% proof that the internal polling isn't good for her, and we are winning bigly. Bigly.
Yes, we are. The media won't tell you that, but we are destroying them.
But
that's why I feel optimistic.
You can't just win if you're Trump. You can't just win by the margin of error.
Right.
You have to win by the margin that they're able to cheat. So if they can pump the market with an extra 500,000 fucking votes for Democrats, that means you got to win by the margin of error plus that.
Or times that. We need to win by so much that they cannot even attempt to cheat.
Well, that's how they get you. They put all these polls out before everything happens. You're like, oh, look how close Kamala and Trump are in the polls. It's neck and neck in this area and neck in that. How can it be neck and neck in every fucking area?
It's not. They're skewed.
It's not. It isn't. Mathematically impossible. Does not work like that. Sorry, does not fucking work like that. It doesn't. And so for them to claim that it does is a lie. And that's projecting something that they're going to be doing in the future, which is cheating with this lie that, oh, well, it was neck and neck. Don't you guys remember? It couldn't be cheating because the polls said that blah, 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 blah. You guys already know where it's going.
Yep.
And I was saying last night on Matt's chat, if they were interested in actually preserving the integrity of this country's election system, they would cancel the election until they could figure these things out. They would not cancel it, postpone it, whatever you want to call it, but the election wouldn't be happening this year. Not until every state got their voter rolls cleaned up, figured out who's who and who can vote and who can't, and took the people off of the registrations who can't vote and made sure that they didn't get fucking things and stopped sending out fucking mail-out ballots to everybody and got paper ballots for everyone so that you could fucking count them again if you needed to verify. Got rid of all these computer counting systems that have been known to fucking cheat. Able to audit things so that people can fucking be assured at some level that at least the fucking vote that was put forward was the vote that happened. And then maybe once you get all of that in every state nationwide, then you can have some semblance of what would actually be an election.
Yes.
But the Democrats would call that voter suppression, and you're just racist.
Well, they've had 4 years to do that since 2020.
I mean, there's been some steps made in Republican-ran states that reassure the vote. There's been some steps in Democrat-run states that further cloud the results. So it's gone both ways in that 4 years. It's not like nationally anyone has control over that. I mean, I guess the Democrat Party at large and the Republican Party at large have some say in that nationally, but there's no national body that's in control of all of the state elections. The states each individually take care of that themselves. And if things were working correctly, each state that had a problem in 2020, which is basically all of them, would say to themselves, fuck, what did we do wrong? What can we do better? Let's fix it moving forward. Here's a new policy. Here's a new law. Here's a new edict. Here's a new whatever. And then implement it and fucking move on. But no, that's not what they've done. That's what a couple of states have done. A couple of Republican states have done that, right? To like further clarify the vote and make sure that the voter rolls are cleaned up. Did you hear about in Texas, for instance? They took 1 million people off of the voter rolls in Texas.
There's also voter fraud stuff that came out in the last couple of days that showed over 3 million people have tried to illegally vote in Texas this year alone.
So they took 1 million people off of the voter rolls in Texas. And then they were like, okay, here's the people that we took off, right? Check this out. We took this person off. Wait a minute. Why is that name back on the voter roll? Okay, whatever. We took this person off. Wait a minute. Why are they back on the voter roll too? Oh, it turns out there was a computer program ran by some system within a system within a system within the government that every time they took someone out, it put them back in.
Gasp.
So they're like, okay, we fixed the glitch on that. Now we can actually... So they actually got rid of 1 million people, which is pretty cool. But think about that. Like how many, if even like 10%, right? 100,000 of those votes were somehow fraudulently cast because they have the names and they know the fucking things and they printed the stuff and did the thing, right? That could fucking turn an election. Certainly in like counties, there's counties in Texas that would definitely be swayed one way or the other. But Texas itself has been so close to a purple state, and maybe that's been part of it. Maybe that's why it has been closer and closer to a purple state, is they're going to like normalize the idea that Texas could vote blue. And now all their voter rolls are cleaned up and they can't do that shit anymore. I'm interested to see how the vote in Texas ends up looking this year.
Probably won't be great.
Virginia's doing paper ballots. What happens if that goes dark red?
Right, and that's the thing. If you have like massive cheating in one area and like massive like fucking vigilance in another, and there's such a stark contrast between the two areas when all of your polling pre-fucking election were like, well, in Virginia, Trump's up by 2 points, and in or wherever, fucking, New York, Kamala's up by 4, and then in reality, Kamala's up by 4 in New York, but Trump's up in like 20 in fucking Virginia. I don't know. Like, at what point do you call it cheating? I think that we got there in 2020. Oh, yeah. I think that we found cheating evidence of absolute fucking irrefutable evidence of them cheating in 2020.
It's been going on before that. I've been calling this stuff for over 6 years now.
And therefore, because we have... Well, hold on. And therefore, because we have irrefutable evidence of cheating in 2020, that something would be done about it, that something would change, that people would be held accountable, that heads would roll, that... elections would be overturned or something would change, something would happen. But nothing fucking happened, and everyone called you crazy for fucking saying anything about it. And then January 6th happened, and they threw a bunch of people in prison for fucking even mentioning it at the Capitol, and then a couple people got rowdy, and that was it. Has there even been like a real fucking like right-wing Republican rally since then? Maybe like a Trump rally, but like a protest? I haven't seen one. What happened to the Second Amendment protests? They don't exist anymore. Why? Because everyone's afraid that the fucking FBI is going to come in and the CIA is going to come in and fucking like pin some crimes on all of us for setting foot on some grass that we shouldn't have been on or whatever the fuck it is. And now we're dealing with the federal government's charges for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years of our lives, I'll just stay home, thank you. The other untold lie, Kamala is currently polling 7% less than Joe Biden when he won, 5% lower than Hillary when she lost. Right, like it's all
full of shit, and they know
even that sentence doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they called it the Red Mirage in 2020. They said it's going to look like Trump won, but then when our cheater ballots start rolling in, that's the jump.
Trump also usually outperforms 3% of polling. Real numbers are probably somewhere around Trump plus 5 nationally. Again, okay, I've had this argument with people about the popular vote versus the Electoral College, and how the popular vote is the only vote that should matter, and like Hillary Clinton got more votes than Trump did in 2016, but Trump won, and that's bullshit, and blah 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 blah. Right? It's like, okay, you don't like the Electoral College. Here's what you do. You elect a whole bunch of people who don't like the Electoral College either, and you have them write a constitutional amendment getting rid of the Electoral College, and then you pass that in the House, the Senate, and get it ratified by the president, and then we won't have an Electoral College. Otherwise, shut the fuck up, because that's the system we have. Those are the rules. But yeah, it's stupid. It's a stupid argument, I think.
I think someone figured it out before. Like, if it was popular vote, like 6 cities would choose the president.
Yeah, it would be
Right,
like
and that was the point.
States, give or take.
That was the point, was so that New York and fucking California and Texas and Florida, those 4 states don't get to choose what the country does. Because if those 4 states unite on an issue, then the whole country has to go along with it. You know, like that's just the way it is. They've got too many people. Those 4 states between them have more than, I mean, that's like almost half the population. You know.
Yep, our states carry weight.
And this is also the same thing that's always bothered me about the whole way that we set up congressional districts in states like that. Because you have places like Montana that has 1, and then you have California that has like 50-something.
Okay, I was watching Tim Pool this morning. They were talking about electoral college votes and how many people represent, on average, one electoral college vote, and it was something like 700,000 or something like that, right? So for every 700,000 population, you get one vote in the electoral college. Well, how many illegal immigrants live in Texas, in California? Like 2.5 million divided by 700,000, 7, 14, 21, 20. So they get 4 electoral college votes based upon their legal population already without even them getting to vote. They get 4 extra votes just for that.
Mm-hmm.
Good Vikings save valuables from burning house while lazy locals are chilling in the grass. 798. This would be a CNN headline from 798, by the way.
My God.
Do you follow
Breaking
Sticks?
news. Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Meta, formerly known as Facebook and Instagram, admits he regrets working with the Biden-Harris administration by censoring information online during the COVID era. Do you guys believe him? Do you think he's censoring stuff still?
Oh yeah, I don't think he's sorry about it.
Shit.
Was he still in command, or did he fucking sell shit off?
He's still CEO.
No, I still should be at the table at this point.
I always thought he was like the dumbest of the like social media billionaire people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like Elon Musk is like way smarter than Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg's like fucking like the high school jock versus like the kid in the fucking AP physics class, you know? It's like one is not like the other.
Well, Zuckerberg's just like a computer geek. Musk is like a genius.
But didn't Zuckerberg steal all his ideas from from his classmates?
Yeah, Facebook was started as a like I forget it was MIT or whatever college they were at, like major college.
It was a little social network on campus, yeah.
They were rating the girls on campus. So they had pictures with profiles of every girl on campus that they could find and giving them like physical attribute ratings and blah, blah, blah. And it became very popular for everyone to go to this site and look at the girls. And so then everyone started like making their own profiles and then it turned into a social media thing. But yeah, that's what it started as. And it was his roommate and the guy down the hall. And he basically like strong-armed his way into it.
Yep.
However it worked out. Calhoun.
Wasn't there
Go ahead.
Wasn't there a CIA program that was basically Facebook that got shut down, like within a week of Facebook opening up?
I don't know, but 100% the intelligence agencies have their claws into Facebook from day one.
There's also been talk for years that Zuckerberg is actually, I think, the grandson of some billionaire that was Bilderberg or something like that.
Yeah, he's a freak weirdo looking motherfucker. Look at him. He
I was
doesn't
about
blink.
to say that he's more the more awkward looking one.
No soul in his eyes.
He's a really shitty Terminator.
Yeah, the fucking alien needs to wear that mask better.
Yeah, he fucked it up.
Calhoun says, read my last chat, please, sir. Doesn't Colorado give all ECs? What are ECs?
Electoral
Electoral
college votes.
college votes.
To whoever wins the popular vote now? Yes, we do. How will that go if Orange Man wins the popular vote? I don't know, man. They'll be upset.
They'll piss him right off.
I hope he does. That'd be funny.
All of a sudden, they don't do it for some reason.
Wait, how many votes do they get? Oregon.
Colorado?
I mean,
Or the president to win?
no, the one they were talking about, the popular vote.
That's just how many, out of everybody who votes, who gets the most votes. That's what the popular vote means.
No, I'm talking about. He's saying that if Oregon man, Orange man wins the popular. Oh, well, never mind.
So
But
in
Colorado,
this upcoming
Colorado,
election, for all of the people who vote, if Donald Trump gets more votes in the general election out of all of the people, out of all of the states, out of all of the areas, than Kamala Harris does, then he wins the popular vote. But since the popular vote means absolutely nothing, I don't even know why they fucking count that or track it or talk about it. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I was trying to say how many votes Colorado got. I kind of got mistaken.
How many voters do we have?
No, electoral person.
Oh, we have 9.
Okay.
9.
Tulsi Gabbard
How many-
officially endorses Donald Trump. Yes, we already talked about that. That's true. It did happen. Okay, I saw this, and it made me kind of upset a little bit, but it's true. And we got the, let me get rid of this. The Wi-Fi, and the Ritalin, and the fluoride, and the aluminum coming from the air, and the vaccines in our brain, and the 5G with the smart meters, and the cell phone right next to his head. Oh, where'd it go? Like, we're getting hit from every fucking angle. And you wonder why the population of first world countries is going down. You wonder why people aren't having kids. You wonder why people are dying earlier. You wonder why cancer rates are through the roof. You wonder why diabetes is becoming such a problem. You wonder why fucking people are losing their brains in their old age. I don't wonder why.
You know.
I'm kind of curious what the smart meter does.
Well, and the problem is it's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Radiation.
And I know all of these things. I know them. I absolutely, to my bone, know all of the different ways, possibly some ways that I don't even know that we're getting attacked right now. Can I prove every single one of them to a naysayer? No. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
That's why I feel optimistic about Trump and Kennedy getting together. If we could get Kennedy in there to clean up our food and the environment, or the pharmaceutical drugs, I don't know. Just made me feel optimistic for first time in a long time.
Yeah, it's the food, it's the water, it's the environmental factors, it's the drugs.
If they can just get past the election fortification. Just one more time, baby. One more time.
There is a lot of fortification. That is the really big problem here, guys.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is look at how many forces arrayed against them.
This picture also makes me sick.
Yeah, in the last day or two, you had that piece of shit Brian Kemp in Georgia talk about the BOE people being super mega and figuring out a way to get rid of them now because they're trying to actually implement steps to stop voter fraud in the state again.
So not only do you have like the media who's on board with the Democrats and big tech who's on board with the Democrats, but you also have the pharmaceutical companies who's on board with the Democrats. You've got the military industrial complex who's on board with the Democrats. You've got the deep state intelligence agencies who's on board with the Democrats. You've got the technocratic fucking billionaires who are on board with the Democrats. You've got the globalists who are on board with the Democrats. And every single one of them, for their own individual reasons, has every reason in the world to hate Trump and hate Kennedy and hate J.D. Vance and want to do anything that they can possibly do in any measure, in any way, legal, illegal, whatever it is, to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Correct.
And if they win, we don't have a country.
Here's the big problem. How do you wake up the sheep to show them this? The news will tell them that we're crazy, and they'll never fucking listen until it's too late and they're in the shackles.
I do have some hope about that. Again, I don't think this election is going to be decided by. I think the vote's already decided. I think that Trump, if the vote was true in every state and actually counted correctly, and the only people who were allowed to vote legally were voted,
Oh yeah,
Trump would win, hands down. Period. End of story. So it's about how much can they cheat. It's not about the sheep waking up. Like, sure, like waking up some more sheep would be nice, and maybe like Trump would win by such a landslide that they couldn't cheat. Like, I guess that's the ultimate goal, right? But they're not going to win by conventional. Like, if they're going to win by arguments and winning people over, wouldn't Kamala Harris be doing every interview that she could right now?
No, she's fucking dumb.
That's what I wanted. Do you follow Sticks and Hammer 666?
I only watch him on Quartercast.
Okay. Well, so have you heard him talk about his Kasich effect regarding polling? Kasich effect.
Explain.
What he's dubbed the Kasich effect. Okay. So in the 2020 election, in the Democrat primary, John Kasich polled higher than a lot of the other candidates in this. He theorizes it's because he was a relative unknown. He was a blank slate. He didn't carry any baggage or anything. Of course, he obviously eventually dropped out and whatever. So he's blaming her relatively high poll numbers right now, talking about Harris, because she's a relatively unknown candidate. She's kind of a chameleon. You know, she just says whatever in the moment. Sounds good. As more people find out about her, and when she does a couple of the debates and has to stand on her own merits, you know, because she right now doesn't even have a platform. Like, her campaign's not running.
Right, which is the point. They're keeping her in the closet. They're keeping her mouth shut. They're not letting her talk. They're letting the media run the campaign for her. This is a replay, like play for play, exactly how they moved the ball down the field against Trump with Biden in 2020. Biden ran the election from the basement. Biden never did a fucking interview. Biden had two debates that were highly controlled, that were very short, that were like done in a way where it was like two moderators and Biden versus Trump, you know? Like, that's how they do it. Like, so that they can make their guy look as good as possible, and they can bring things out when it's timely for people in their goldfish brain memory to fucking think about things when it's time to vote. And then they come by with their fucking paid people to be like, oh, well, did you vote yet? Because here's the ballot. You could just fill it out right now, and I could bring it in for you. And they do all that kind of shit, the ballot harvesting. Otherwise, a bunch of people wouldn't vote. They're talking about young black men, right? Young black men aged 18 to 35 overwhelmingly support Trump. But here's the fucking kicker. But the Democrats don't care. Why? Because black men 18 to 35 don't vote. They don't vote. They never have. Unless their votes harvested for them like they do in Democrat cities, they're not going to vote in numbers that are going to make a difference. They're not actually worried about it.
And black women vote Democrat in high numbers. I think it's in the 90s.
Yeah, they're the number one Democrat voters are black women.
Yeah, it's way more than 90. It's like 92 to 99.
So
how's the tension inside of black houses right now when dad's like, I love Trump, and mom's like, fuck you.
You bitch. Going back to the John Cage's thing, he was actually in the Republican primary in 2020. I know that because he was my idiot governor at the time. And he was also a big known here, and I've been calling him out as the fucking scumbag he is for at least 6 or 7 years now, because he's the reason why there's a bunch of Somali terrorists now in our General Assembly, because he brought a fuck ton under Obama's ass. He also, back in 2013, when he was running for re-election, proceeded to change our entire thing to making us an open primary state where we had more than two candidate things, Republican and Democrat, to just Republican Democrat then for primaries.
I stand corrected. The point remains the man was unimportant.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch the interview that Trump did with tired brain comedian? Somebody
Theo
help me.
Vaughn.
There we go, Theo Vaughn. That's what you need to share to your like on the fence friends, because that was just two dudes just sitting down having a conversation. I mean, like,
All right, cool. Hey, here's the FSA fighters firing the 5.9K11 faggot missiles. That's what they're called. Look. At a group of 5 infantrymen along the infamous Wall of Death. Bro. Here's this guy. This dude's got it figured out. Speaker Johnson said illegal immigrants allowed in by President Biden's border chaos are showing up at government offices to sign up for benefits and services, and when they do, they're being prodded to sign up to vote. God, that was a hard fucking sentence to read. They are in the yes, and it's never mind. I'm fucking skipping that. I just can't read anything right now. It's the way it is.
Is it because you have an oscillating fan with a joint on it?
Yeah, must be. Check this shit out.
Basically, they're being given voter rights. That's what it is in the country when they shouldn't be.
So Nevada and Utah are being flooded right now. Don't know if you guys know this. They're having historic rainfall and floods for some reason.
Do Mormons float?
This person is being airlifted out right now, currently, while she's recording this.
Jesus.
Or he or she, I don't know.
Look at that mudslide.
But yeah, there's like hundreds of campers who are stuck in parks and, stranded because these rivers pop out of nowhere, and now you're on an island basically in between a bunch of rivers and you can't get off. Sucks. They're calling like national emergencies to get these people out. Who knows how many people have like died or whatever from exposure or drowning or something, I'm sure it's not zero.
That's what happens in a lot of African deserts too. It's a dry season for like a lot of the year, and then it becomes rainy season in like 10 minutes, and all of a sudden you have like this giant flash flood.
Well, when you have vegetation in the ground, it actually helps the soil absorb water more quickly. When you're in a desert, you would think like, oh yeah, the desert's like so thirsty, it'll just absorb the water. And that's true for like a second, right? Like the first little bit of water just fucking gets absorbed by the soil. But then it kind of creates a barrier where nothing can get by it. And then it holds it like a fucking, like a soup bowl,
Yeah, my cousin was telling me a story. He's the one that's the African missionary in Burkina Faso. And he said when the rainy season happens over there, it goes from being completely dry desert outside people's houses to all of a sudden there's like these lush gardens in about 15 to 20 minutes.
Like, look at that, dude.
That's a diarrhea.
But here's the crazy thing, right? You're like seeing this fucking big waterfall in this giant fucking canyon valley.
Chocolate.
And think 12,000 years ago, the entire canyon valley was full of water. Like this waterfall is filling this little thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole valley was full of water. Like this was the valley right here. This little space would be the whole fucking valley from here to here, full of water. That's how it formed.
Correct.
Penis. After they took their guns away, Castro murdered 100,000 unarmed citizens. Hitler murdered 6 million unarmed citizens. Stalin murdered 50 million unarmed citizens, and Mao murdered 60 million unarmed citizens.
Don't
Why
be
does
an
nobody
unarmed
talk about
citizen.
Pol Pot?
I didn't rate this. I don't know. Why did they leave off Pol Pot? How many did Pol Pot kill?
I don't know, but the Khmer Rouge killed a shitload more because they were his military arm. That's also why we got the Hmong people over here in America now, because they all fled Laos at the time.
I thought this was funny. A toddler has shot a person in every... Wait, excuse me. Hold on. Let me start over. A toddler has now shot a person every week in America for 2 years straight. Yes, that's right. You read that correctly. And this guy says, how have they not caught him?
The one toddler going around state to state, just fucking murking people.
When you live in England and you ask your friend out for a meal, it's too dangerous out there with all the sand people around.
Yep.
That's true. Europe is falling, man.
Oh, man, it's getting bad.
Make your fish and chips at home.
Yep.
All right, have you guys seen the Holosun DRS NV?
Yes.
Yes.
X Item 1 has one, actually. I do believe.
So I keep telling everybody to buy.
I want one.
I totally want one. After watching this Carl video, his in-range TV video.
Yeah, it's fucking badass, man.
The magnifier is what makes it.
Really?
I mean, it's kind of an expensive setup because it's $1,000 for the optic itself. You want the magnifier with it. What are those running? Like $200-300. You want the flashlight, another $100. So you're looking at, $1,400-1,500 setup. But for $1,500, you now have the equivalent of having a flashlight on the end of your gun capabilities with night vision applications, if that makes sense.
It's cheaper than nods, and you have night vision.
You don't really use it for moving, but you do use it for shooting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What kind of rifle is that?
Well,
Yes.
Desert Tech.
It turns you into an instant Legolas. A PM Legolas. Calhoun says, read my last chat. Pretty please.
Aw,
Someone pointed out that if you look at topographical map, you can easily see the Grand Canyon formed from a river, not a massive flood. The river would have to flow uphill.
Fact check.
I mean,
I thought it was from alien strip mining.
It was from Duke's friends.
It was from the Flintstones timeline.
Oh, shit.
I think the river's there because of the canyon. The canyon's not there because of the river.
that's what I think too, but I don't know. I listened to Randall Carlson and other people who were smarter than me about this thing, and yet they all seem to agree that should happen in like a week.
It was Noah's Ark busting through.
But the DRS NV, so you can run that like your regular red dot 24/7, but you got the night vision on top. And the two operate independent of one another, so you could have separate zeros. And then the night vision's got different reticle options with subtensions for 308 or 556, and then up to 8x digital zoom. And you can run the magnifier behind it and its first focal plane. So when you magnify the reticle and it grows, you have like the 8x digital zoom, and then still have your 3-power magnifier behind it, and it's all that data is still true.
Damn. You can reach out and poke without super expensive night vision. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, Carl was saying like the magnifier isn't there so much to magnify, like the flip up magnifier, but it makes the screen appear bigger to your eye.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can leave it on 1x and use the 3-power magnifier and have better resolution than using the digital magnification. It kind of makes it, pip.
Yeah, dude, I want one.
Me too. I'm going to sell a gun and get one.
I might have to sell 2 guns to get one.
For what?
The night vision.
And they're not.
I'll check out that video when I get the chance.
More than that.
You can see what
Aren't
I
they
like
working
watching.
on? Aren't they working on one that's like night vision and thermal, like meshed together?
They ixnayed that idea after they
Yeah, I
showed
heard
off
about
those
that.
pre-production models
I
2
wish
years
they
ago.
would have.
The thermal's about to drop, but the people that have already got to review it, the night vision's the way to go.
I saw this. This is hilarious. The numbers are coming in from the convention. Our supporters are eating it up, but we failed to appeal to the independents. A lot of people are mad at us, and Beyonce is not showing up. And we're actually dropping in the polls. Kamala's speech sucks so bad. That's okay. RFK Jr. will split the independent vote away from Trump. My Fuhrer. RFK Jr. RFK Jr. has dropped out of the race. He's endorsed Trump and had fireworks and everything.
He's like, fuck.
The following stay here: Clinton, Obama, Biden, and Soros. Oh, this is way too long. But I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care. 4 minutes? Oh my God.
He's just going to say, fuck.
We are now fucked. RFK Jr. fucked us. That son of a bitch Trump has done it again. And now he's going to beat us up for he's going to beat us for sure.
Right.
The stupid brat Kamala is so unlikable. Our propaganda is not working. Oh my God, I'm going to stop.
I was gonna say, how would you feel if you was actually still alive and who was one behind the whole strings? That'd be wild as fuck.
Did he be like 150 by now?
He's just a brain in a jar.
You said it if they also
like
couldn't get
Futurama.
water if he fell out of a fucking boat.
He might as well be Palpatine.
You're all assuming it'd be Adolf 1 and not Adolf 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's,
What?
They cloned him on the moon.
The moon is fake. It's all in an underwater NASA fucking
Well, no, it'd
pool.
just be the son or grandson at this point doing the shit.
yep.
The women are crying in the hallway. Okay, that's enough.
That's more ominous than Stalin. Sounds about right.
2024. Hitler strikes back.
When a lifelong Democrat from an iconic Democrat family who tried to run as a Democrat and whose running mate was a Democrat warns you about the dangers of voting for the Democrat in this election, you should probably listen.
Yep.
I want that
No,
one.
no.
I need that meme.
This is two Gen Zers who were excited to change day 2 of the DNC. The guy goes, 2 faggots. And then the person says, and you wonder why X leans right and Elon's presidential poll is skewed so heavily towards Trump because posts like these get amplified. And he goes, 3 faggots. Dude, have you seen Kamala Harris's stepdaughter?
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
ugly as shit.
Like,
No
what the
different
fuck,
than-
dude?
Elon Musk's daughter.
It's just weird that she's got a white stepdaughter.
Why?
I mean, that ain't really that weird.
She's running as the first black woman president, sorry. Because Obama
Yeah,
was
Black
really
and
wasn't
Indian.
either. What's that?
Black and
Because-
Indian.
Because it ain't that weird. Because remember, her husband's white and shit. But you don't have any kids, huh? Personally,
No, Kamala has no children. None of us do.
She's
That
taking
ain't
too
that
many
some shit.
chicks. That thing's tore up.
that
Yeah,
should
it's all
tell you
like-
something right there.
I'm going to tell my kids this was Kamala Harris and Tim Waltz.
Sounds about right, actually.
I like that.
That was a good movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago cops have been given the green light to chase down Antifa activists during the DNC.
10 years too fucking late, bro. That guy's got two. He's like, oh, fuck yeah, I got the old one and the new one.
They're like, finally, I get to beat these motherfuckers. Like, get him, get him, get
It
him.
was like a bunch of Antifa and
Dang, a
BLM types
baton.
on
I'll
the
show you a
last
baton.
day of the DNC there. They were trying to
Yeah, my baton's
block
quite
roads
nice,
and
dude.
shit like that. And people got out of their vehicles and started beating the shit out of them.
Shit, those things look more like sticks.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're just fucking broom handles, basically.
You get a little nice sticks.
No, I can pull out my baton and make sure mine extends.
Yeah, collapsible baton's the way,
That
dude.
guy was fucking sticks akimbo.
No, my old coworker used to carry the old school ones. I used to hear that shit
Those
clank.
are the same kind of nice sticks they beat their asses with in the 1968 convention.
Fuck that, man. If you get hit with these collapsible metal batons,
Yeah,
they crack
stick
your
removers.
fucking leg, bro.
Oh yeah. You gotta hit that shit hard when you close it.
Yeah, if you get the ASP one, you can just click the button on the bottom and it'll close.
Oh, you got one of those. You got the old
I got a
school
Smith &
one.
Wesson one, too, that don't. You got hit it on the cement.
Yeah.
Yeah. That fucker hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember when Trump did a photo shoot with a bald eagle?
Dude, I want a fucking bald eagle.
Yeah.
That'd be badass.
They're fucking huge. Have you ever seen one up close?
Yeah, they like nest in my grandma's backyard, bro.
They're cool. But I
Supposed
don't
to
know,
know
they're
that?
asshole birds.
Yeah, every once in a while you'll see him get a neighborhood like outdoor cat, and you'll be like, "Oh, that thing's Chinese."
Well, not just that. How the way they are, and
Whoops.
That eagle wants a taco bowl.
Yeah. If he gets a chihuahua, he's having a taco bowl, baby.
No, the Trump taco bowls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're fucking cool. They nest here in Nebraska quite a bit.
Oh, there was Mike Lindell undercover at the DNC. He just shaved his mustache.
He looks fucking 20 years younger.
Yeah, he was talking to Sesson about getting his vasectomy.
Yeah, that was it. Was like, oh, why are you here, Mike Lindell? Blah blah blah. Why are you here? He's like, have you got your vasectomy yet, Harry? They're
I
giving it
thought
free
somebody said
outside.
abortion at that point too, as well.
Guys, Cartoon Network died from 1998 to 2024. It's a sad day.
I never liked the Cartoon Network.
what do you mean? So
Get
they
the
actually
fuck outta here.
the channel's actually gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of it moved to Max.
Oh, I think that's some shit. Move to what?
It all got pretty weird the last 5 or 6 years.
Oh,
Well,
so it
yeah,
moved to
but- Dude, Ed,
HBO
Eddie-
Max.
Yeah, HBO Max has most of it.
Oh,
Violent crime
Whoa.
at crisis levels in Colorado as prosecutors see youth crime skyrocket. They mean a certain demographic of people who've
Right.
all
When you
moved here
mean
recently from another city that's also got a problem with a certain demographic of people creating crime in their area. Leo.
Mexico City.
Damn Mexicans.
mhm. I don't mean to sidetrack,
Had
but
your back, Leo.
how bad Cartoon Network was over those couple of years, I ain't surprised. At least it dies peacefully.
I know, I feel bad though. Courage the Cowardly Dog, bro. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I thought that was funny. Sorry, Leo.
Whatever.
Somebody said
problem
it was
now.
the Mohicans.
On the upside, X Adam 1, at least the quality control is tight now.
Tight.
You're putting out a quality product.
Oh no. Man at DNC thinking he was in line for food truck accidentally gets vaccinated.
Vasectomy, bro. Vasectomy.
Oh, vasectomy. Sorry.
You're like, please put this on the bun. I guess it's kind of a weird fucking food truck, but it must be pretty good.
A pound of grasshoppers is 3 times more nutritious than a pound of beef.
You eat it then. I'm good.
If you were giving me lobster, then I'll listen.
There's a video of a guy who tried the 3D printed meat as a steak. It looked fucking disgusting.
The moral of the
Dollar store
story
here
is
better.
do not under any circumstance let them take away your guns.
If you eat seafood, this
It
should
sucks.
be easier.
Bro, this is hilarious. There's JD Vance and what's this dude's name?
Richard Simmons.
Russell
Didn't
Simmons.
that guy die?
Tim Waltz.
I mean, Richard Simmons. Yeah, Richard.
Did you say Russell Simmons?
No, right, wrong.
They've got the same energy, bro. Look at him.
R.I.P. Richard Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
Walks like a fucking spaz, bro. I mean, he is a fucking spaz, but you know.
I guess when he got older, like he had his house in L.A. and like the Meet the Stars bus people would come by, and like a bus full of people would come by for like the daily fucking like tour of Los Angeles, where you see all like the rich people, famous people's houses, and they would stop by his house. And he was old and retired, and he would just come out and be like, "Oh my God, how are you guys doing today? It's so fantastic!" And, like fucking talk to him until they're like, "All right, like, thank you, Mr. Simmons. We do have a tour to run here."
Well, he was always high energy.
Always a lonely old man too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably the highlight of his fucking day at that point.
I like this one. President Trump has announced that all military members who were discharged for refusing COVID mandate will be reinstated and receive full back pay, along with a formal apology from the United States government.
Good.
That'll be hard to.
I don't think you're going to
It'll
get
be
them all
hard
back,
to
but
Right.
No.
Definitely get them all back.
Can I just get my back pay?
Yeah.
I mean,
That'd
unless
be
if you
hard.
get elected,
Yeah, they
then you go and serve another 4 years in the military while he's still there. They get right back out soon as the new president comes.
they make you go for 6 and you know you're fucked.
Right.
I like this. The LGBT is afraid of the biology book. The communists are afraid of the economics book. And the BLM is afraid of the statistics book.
That's why they're trying to remove books, man.
13%.
Communism.
Barack Obama basically just told the whole world that Donald Trump is small in the pants. With the size of Michael's cock, everybody looks small.
I will not stand for this. She is all woman.
Yeah,
Okay,
except for the
so-
giant schlong.
Back in the day in castles, right? They would poop. If you were rich, you got to poop in the castle, and the poop had its own poop shaft. And the poop shaft would go down to the base of the castle on the outside of the castle wall, and it would end in a little moat thing where the poop would land. And a dude had to come by, known as a gong farmer, and
Yeah, what's
scoop up all the poop.
Honda. You opened with this last time.
Oh, well, whatever, because now you're a fucking gong farmer. You just earned the term.
You said that to me last time. It doesn't hurt this time.
Well, you're still a gong farmer. When we build a castle on my 7 acres of land in the mountains of Colorado, and you have to scoop the gong, you will know why.
Why is that guy dressed like a Chinese guy is what I really want to know.
I guess
It
they're
was
trying to
Steel
do a joke.
Japan, motherfucker.
Does that mean we're out of things to talk about on Twitter? I think that does mean that.
It's fucking almost 11 o'clock.
Well, we're
You
out
can
of
always go to
curated
that one meme I
material.
threw up in your Discord. It's pretty funny.
It's 5
Shut up,
o'clock
Ohio.
somewhere.
Some of us have to get up and work.
I'll party a little because it's the girl's birthday. Then I'll go to sleep.
And that whole thing about the crickets, though, is we all say we're refusing to eat them. We're already eating them.
Yep.
They're slipping it into the food.
Yep.
They just call it. They don't call it crickets.
Just go down. It's in your.
Yeah, they call it shrimp.
No, they got like 3 different
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
ingredients.
Up on
That one of them starts with an A, some other fucking shit. But all the fast food restaurants have that mixed with the lab grown protein already. They started implementing that in 2019. So Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, fucking Taco Bell, pretty much every like mainstream fast food restaurant, you probably shouldn't eat that because that meat is not meat.
It's clown food.
And they
I worked
just
at Taco Bell over 15 years ago. And
Yeah, it
then
was
their taco
dehydrated
meat
pork.
said grade F edible.
Well, shit,
Yeah,
they
it's
used to
donkey
mix it
meat.
with oatmeal. Oat.
Oatmeal's better than everything we just listed.
Well, no, I said they used to mix the meat with oats.
Steak is
that's
the
the
best thing.
That's the comic that Tim Pool references all the time. The one where he pushes them and asks them, "Why are you on the right?"
Well, that's anybody who's been hit like that.
Both
That's
sides
people being
make good
pushed around
points.
with media.
Then the blue pushes him, and the red picks him up, and the blue says, "Why are you standing with the bad guys?"
Because you were a dick.
All right, guys. Well, we've been going an hour and a half, a little bit more, which is about how long we normally go over the Gay Frog chat, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. So to all of you, I say adieu and good evening, and thank you for being here. And you were loved by someone, not me. No, just kidding.
Why is it not Honda?
Look at pew pew porn real quick.
Good night.
Oh, you want to look at pew pew porn real quick? Okay, we can look real quick. I'm going to go to the bottom. This one?
Kerchow, Kerchow.
That's nice. This one. I like that. I actually do like that.
I have a problem.
This one. Meh. I could go either way on that one. That's from Dino. Again, you know, basic bitch build. Oh, showing prices. Can't show prices there, fucking soul ginger bastard. Oh, you fucking knew things. What's this, a 22?
Yep.
Quinfield Model 60.
More from Dino Spumoni.
How many mags was he carrying?
Ooh.
We're not getting out to that. Dude, there was a big
Well, is it
argument.
enough when you're getting attacked by a Venezuelan gang using that white Honda?
There was a big fight in my Discord. I had to kick some people out. And I lost.
Venezuelans are gonna get you, Honda, if you don't carry a guac.
You're gonna get waped.
If you had gone to the previous,
You're really gonna get waped.
I'll stick it in their jamming hole and shoot off my 5 rounds. And the other ones will be so fucking disgusted by what they've seen, they'll lose their boners, and I will not get raped.
The other 20 men are gonna have such fear boners, you're gonna for sure get raped.
At least when you run out of ammo, they can't reload it and shoot you with it.
You ever hear that Dave
Save
Chappelle
that last
skit
bullet.
about him walking through San Francisco in his dream, and there was a gay guy who came up behind him with a gun, and he goes, click, 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 suck my dick. Right? And he's thinking, like, what am I going to do? You know, like, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to bite down on that motherfucker, like, ah! And then it's like, ah!
You might go to bite down on it and say, well, that looks delicious, and that's how you know you're gay.
Muffin Top, read the comments and answer for yourself to Kowloon Republic.
I'm not reading it.
All right, y'all. Deuces. Peace
Wait, I
out.
have to answer
Have a good
myself.
night. Fear boners. Penis.
I'll be just saying good night.
Drop Muffin Top's Discord.
You fucking
Oh, yeah.
fear biting penis boners. Wait.
Register to vote.
All right, y'all. Later.
You didn't drop my Discord, you dick.
You can do it yourself, dick. Look at the side chats right fucking
I'm
there.
doing it. Oh,
Here, let me do it.
working
I'll
on
do
it.
it for you. You know what? Since I yelled at you and I called you names,
You called me.
Mute us and do the outro.
and you talked
that's-
over me the entire time and said things that I didn't like,
That's the world, baby.
but I believe in some semblance of freedom of speech. So
Thank
here you go. Go join the Discord.
You're a sexy man.
Everybody join the Discord. Join the Discord, y'all. I'm in there sometimes. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Deuces, y'all. Pashana P and Fridge. Blah, blah, blah. Cuban Shop and Pressure Bad Cat. Care Break the Troops. And Kamala Harris is a cunt. Later.
Don't fall out of the coconut tree.